Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Boydston Grove, and today I'm going to show you 5 tools that I never knew I needed until I had them, and now I can't imagine my shop without them. Let's get into it. First on the list is going to be a bench sander. Now, if you watch any of my videos, you know this is like my go-to for sanding most of my projects. The thing I love about this is the versatility. I love that it has the big belt sander on the top and that it has the little rotary sander down here, so you can do a lot of small parts. It just makes it much easier than trying to use an orbital sander to do something that's small. Now this is the Harbor Freight version, and I got this on super sale, but even without the sale, this thing is super cheap compared to the others. But this is one of those tools at Harbor Freight that is totally worth every penny. Now, one of the things I love about this tool is the RPMs that it uses, because if you put a lower grade sandpaper on this, you can take off a lot of material if you need to, or you can switch it out to a much higher grit and really get a nice smooth surface on those small projects. This is one of those tools that it was such a good sale and a good price that I picked it up even though I had no intention of using it. It actually sat in the box for quite a while before I decided to get it out. And once I got it out, I was like, man, I should have been using this a long time ago. Now this isn't one of the 5 tools, but I want to throw it in there because if you get a belt sander, this thing will be invaluable. This is one of those sander erasers or sandpaper erasers. You can get them online, or you can also get them at Harbor Freight, which is where I got mine. And this thing will add so much life to your sandpaper and just really keep you from having to change it out all the time. Tool number 2 is going to be a scroll saw. You have seen me use this a lot, and that's because it's just really versatile when you're working on smaller projects a lot like I do that have a lot of small pieces that you need to cut out. Now, one of the things you want to look for when you're shopping for a scroll saw is the throat depth. Mine is around 16, which makes it really versatile to cut out a small piece out of a larger piece of wood. Now, this is an old beast that I picked up at a secondhand store. I think I paid like 30 bucks for it, but to me, that was well worth it. I would have paid way more if I needed to, but this is something that you can find pretty inexpensive. I've seen a lot of them at yard sales or secondhand stores, so you don't have to break the bank for this tool, but it's something that's great to have in the shop. Tool number 3 is going to be the Kreg Multi-Mark. I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but I tell you, I reach for this thing in the shop more times than I can count in a day. The thing that makes it so nice is that it's so versatile, and there's so many little things that you can use it for that everybody needs in their shop. The number 1 use is going to be a marking tool. As you can see, you can set it to a right angle like this, or you can set it to a 45 like this, or you can just use it straight like this. I also use this tool to set the depth on my table saw blade or my router bit. You can also use it to make an accurate measurement between your table saw fence and the blade. In addition to all that, it can also be used as a mini level, as you can see here. And there's probably half a dozen other things that you can use this for that I haven't figured out yet. But all in all, man, this thing was worth every penny. Now, clamps are a staple to any tool recommendation video, and mine is no different. Right here are these strap clamps. I use the ones by PowerTech because they are much cheaper than the Bessie or any other brand, and I use these things more than I can count. If you build any boxes or frames or anything square with miter joints, these things are invaluable. It's really nice to be able to use. And if you've kept up with any of my videos, you have seen that I use these things on a consistent basis. Now, I typically use mine for boxes, frames, and smaller projects, but they actually have really long straps, and you can use them for cabinets or bigger projects. I like to keep at least half a dozen of these around the shop because I use them so much. And last but certainly not least is a good cup of coffee. A good cup of coffee will keep your shop going for hours. Just kidding, that's not the last one. Alright, so the last one is a set of Forstner bits. If you're a woodworker and you don't have a set of Forstner bits, you need to invest in a set of Forstner bits. This will change so many projects for you. A good set of Forstner bits will make much cleaner holes than any kind of hole saw or traditional bit. Now, I specifically looked for a set that went up to 2 inches because a lot of the smaller, less expensive sets only go up to like 1 inch or 1.5 inch, but this set by Irwin goes up to 2 inches and it won't break the bank. All right, well, there's our 5 tools. To be honest, I could go on forever, but we're gonna keep it short. Maybe we'll do another one with another 5 tools. You can let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of content. I just wanted to share with you the tools that make the most difference to me in my shop. Now, none of these companies are sponsors of this video. I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite go-to tools. I'll leave a link to each one in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe and have a great day.